Episode 48. Welcome. We are. That is so loud in my ears.
It's pretty loud. I can turn it down in our ears a little bit, but I'm
Just
also
in my
gonna.
ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
that better?
Yeah, that's good. Episode 48.
48.
I think I said 47.
thought
Episode
you said
48. We are in the brand new podcast.
We're in the new studio.
Look at this place. Hello, world.
It's actually pretty nice, eh?
Super nice.
I'm too short for this chair, but it looked the table was like in between us.
Mhm.
If that chair was on that side, so nah. I feel like what was that show with the big couch? It was a kid show.
Wasn't it called The Big Couch?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Was it? I thought it
Big Blue Couch?
Big Blue Couch. Maybe that's what it was with that lady.
Mm-hmm. That freaky looking lady.
Yeah,
Was
huge hair.
Was she pretending to be a child in that show?
I don't know, but she was like 40 something. Had to be.
But I think she was playing like a 4-year-old girl. If
yeah.
I remember
She was
correctly.
playing young, I think.
Yeah,
Good for her.
freaky.
Some people are into that shit.
That's your claim to fame. That's a rough one.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ. Not only are we sitting by a fireplace, but we are also simping mint juleps like it's the
Mint
1920s
juleps, yes.
and we're at the Kentucky Derby.
We're hitting the cocktails.
First cocktail season.
Yeah. I can't wait. Actually, I had these the other night. They were
I'm
pretty
going to have
delicious.
a little sip before
Yeah,
we
do
review, 'cause I'm-
Mine's a little strong. You know what? It's better strong.
Everything's better strong.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's way better than the other night from what I remember. So mint julep is
Yeah, explain the ingredients.
Kentucky bourbon, or at least the recipe Audrey found was Kentucky bourbon.
The best bourbon in the world.
Yep. So we grabbed none other than Wild Turkey. Had to. They
Mhm.
were sold out of 101. Little mad, but not that upset.
It's a difference of 5%.
Yeah. So I grabbed the Wild Turkey. It's then a mint simple syrup. So Audrey cooked it on the stove. You just sugar and water and then some mint leaves. You put some mint leaves in the glass. She fucking bangs them around a little bit in there.
Release the mint.
Sure. Then it's I think it's like 1 ounce or 2 ounce bourbon. Then a quarter ounce or something like that. It's like a quarter of a shot of the simple syrup. And then you just top it off with a little club soda. But don't do what I did the first night and dump the entire can of club soda in there.
Yeah. If you're
Totally
making a
wasn't
cocktail,
thinking.
the portions matter.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Because
they make a
mine
big
tastes
difference.
like club soda when I had it with a hint of mint.
Yeah, it's no good.
And then Audrey made me one. I'm like, this is a big difference.
Yeah, it's a drink now. Fucking psychopath.
You guys, both you and Zach looked at me like,
You should explain the context.
are
of
you
this. So
okay?
the other night, we had some friends over, and CJ
Yeah.
came, and they were making these mint juleps.
Yeah.
And CJ makes his first one in a glass that's 4
Well,
times the size of this.
yeah, it was
Uses an entire can of pop when you're supposed to use only a couple of ounces.
yeah,
It's
it was.
like, this isn't very good.
I
Wonder
still
why.
drank it. It was it was like a beer cup. And
Yeah, it was a beer mug.
Yeah, so I finished the beer. I'm like, I'm not going to dirty another glass. Just use this one again. Well, I filled it up with my whiskey and the simple syrup. I'm like, okay. Started shooting the shit with you and Zach and just started pouring my club soda. And I'm so used to like pouring club soda in a drink. It's usually a vodka soda, so I dump as much as I can in. And it's whatever. It's perfect. Nope. Not in this case. Right?
Yeah, super
Fucked.
dumb.
It was water and
Splash
mint.
of wild turkey.
You couldn't even taste the bourbon in it.
Do you have something to write down these?
Hell no, I don't.
Okay.
I'll put them in my phone.
I can score them. It's fine.
You got it?
Yeah, I can.
You
do it.
sure?
Yeah, I got it here.
Okay. I didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
Left it all at the old studio.
Typical us not prepared.
I thought I'm like, oh man, I got this whole setup going. We're good. Everything looks good. Sounds good.
It's okay.
And didn't bring anything down to write shit down.
That's fine.
That's okay. It's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
a little hard to rate this off of our...
I think the way that we designed our scorecard, if you will, applies
To everything.
To everything.
Yeah, it's just hard to do like a virgin because there's nothing virgin about it.
No, but the virgin is more your first impression anyways.
Okay.
We often just
it.
do it with straight liquor, so we're
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll just try it.
Neat.
Just neat up. But
Yeah.
a cocktail is like, what's your first impression? Like,
Yeah.
sweet, gross,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, right away, a cocktail can hit you and be like a martini, for instance. Like, I don't know if you've ever had one before. Basically,
I've probably had one
tastes
or
like
two.
straight vodka.
Yeah.
But they're weirdly good. Like, but the first sip, you're like, just like a fireball of vodka. And then, like, you have another sip, you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
I can deal with it.
So, like, the virgin for, like, me on that would be, like,
2.
and then the drink would be fucking 10.
Yeah.
Some hammer.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just adding them here.
No, you're good.
Where did you guys just feel like being fancy? Explain how you guys came up with this.
Audrey went to go get her nails done, I believe, with her mom, and they always go to the same place, same lady. And the lady's like, here, have some mint, like from her garden.
Mhm.
Dude, it's like a fucking big Ziploc bag full of mint. Like, I don't plan on making a mint salad. I think her mom got the exact same.
It comes in though.
It's like, fuck, man. Like, what are we going to do with all this mint? Audrey's like, let's make some like mojitos or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good thing to make with mint.
I can't remember the other drink I had brought up. I'm like, let's make this other drink. And she's like, it doesn't have mint in it. I'm like, well, fuck me. Like, put mint in it. Like, but yeah, so then Audrey found this recipe. She's like, because we had mojitos the night before we went to a patio, had some drinks. And she's like, I'm going to make mint juleps. I'm like, cool. What do we need? She's like, Kentucky bourbon. I'm like, there's none outside.
That's all right, though.
I drank it all. We're going to need to pick some up. So we picked some up, and here we are.
I love it.
I think next time you got to try the double. Because I've had the single. I've had the shot.
I had a double on the other night.
It is way better.
I believe everything's better as a double.
Agreed.
I think that drinks should be made as a double because I think you should also have. Like, I don't think a cocktail should taste like it doesn't have alcohol in it.
No, I think a cocktail should.
No matter how like fancy or flavorful you want it to be, I think you should at least know that there's.
You should still get that reference of whatever set alcohol is or brand. Like, if it's got wild turkey, you should be able to taste the wild turkey,
or at least know that there's something in there.
Yeah,
you know? I agree.
Give yourself a little bite.
Gotta have something.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get drunk too quick, and there's sugar in them, so you're gonna get a nice little hangover.
So literally, the simple syrup is just boiling sugar and water.
Yep.
And then
does it like
do you like whisk it the whole time so like it gets thicker? Like
I think she stirred it around a little bit because we had to put like you stir it till like you see like you don't see the sugar at the bottom anymore. It kind of like combines with the water.
You're making hummingbird food,
and you just leave it there, and then just she put mint leaves in it because it called for it.
Yeah.
So you just like we kind of like just soak the leaves in the simple syrup, and then you just let it simmer for I don't know 15 minutes.
I'm in for you
And
to
away
make them
you
for
go.
me anytime you want.
Yep, Audrey will for sure. I got to think of a drink for next week.
My first impression of this was very high because I was super into the ingredients of it.
Yeah.
But my virgin on this is extremely high. Mine's like a 8.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first flavor is like all good for me.
Oh, mine was fantastic.
Super. It's like it's sweet, but it's not. But that's also got the sweetness of the bourbon.
Yeah.
It's mint. It's delicious. It's super refreshing as well.
Yep.
So I'm like an 8. This is gonna be a high review, ladies
and
gentlemen.
Yeah, this is a good cocktail.
Yeah. I'm an 8.7 on the virgin.
Okay, I'm a little higher than you. I'm going 8.8.
Okay.
I'm in love with this drink. I do have another drink that I will bring up at the end that I'm gonna try to figure out how to make for one of the episodes.
Okay.
But I'll get to it at the end.
Mint juleps are something that I'm pretty sure like famous because of the Kentucky Derby.
I've never heard of them.
I heard of them, but I couldn't tell you what was in one. I just knew that it was like
a thing.
It was a thing because of the Kentucky Derby. Like there's some things that are like the Masters in Augusta, Georgia is like, oh, when you go get a pimento cheese sandwich. That's their thing. That's like their thing. And apparently they're terrible.
Okay.
Right? Because pimento cheese on white bread also sounds terrible.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, it's fucking garbage. But it's like one of those things. It's like strawberries and cream at Wimbledon. It's like one of these like foods that has like an attachment to an event.
Yeah.
So it's more like, oh, when you go, make sure you have it, even though it's fucking terrible. So I just knew a mint julep. I thought it was like some like high society, like 1800s, like sit on your porch and sip this fancy drink, but it's not that fancy. And
it's super easy to make.
And it has all the ingredients I like. Soda water and bourbon.
Yep.
Have at it. And
Can't go wrong.
Throw a bit of mint in there, you're laughing.
Yeah, and a little sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It's the sugar that...
Ooh, yeah, that shit'll kill you.
Yeah, but we're all going to die.
Yeah, so what's after that? We got the virgin, smoothness.
Flavor, smell.
Smell.
And finish.
Well, smoothness for me is like 9.9.
You're going that high?
Why? Yours ain't smooth?
Oh, it's very smooth.
Like this is
9.9.
Yeah.
That's the highest smoothness that we've gotten.
But yeah, it's also a cocktail.
I agree with you. Is this why you were saying that you think that the ratings might be a little fucked up?
Yeah. Should I change that? I'm going to change it.
I don't think you need to change it. It's your rating. Mine's like, it's like you have to do it in the context of what you're drinking. Like, of course, compared to straight.
I threw mine out way too fast.
You just went way too fast. That's okay. You can review it or not if you want to. But like, if you're drinking straight bourbon and you have like a 9.2 on the smoothness scale, like that's high.
Oh,
but if you're drinking a cocktail, like you have to, I would think you'd have to adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Based on, because like
I did not do
a cocktail is like 10 out of 10 smoothness most of the time anyways. It's like drinking water or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah. Okay.
But like based on the drink,
that's where like my head was like, this is going to be tough to review.
Not really, with a bit of context.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I
erase that. Rewind.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm in the 9s.
Yeah.
No question.
Easily.
The reason it's not as like
that high
is the mint for me.
Gets you by surprise.
Sometimes it ends up in my mouth and throws it off for me.
Okay.
But like pure smoothness as I'm drinking that it's as close to anything as you get. Like 9.9 is not an outrageous.
What are you going to say? 9.8?
9.94. 9.5 on the Richter scale for me.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to adjust mine because I do agree with that. And for me, I'm in the back of my head, it's like whiskey, fucking hard liquor. Because that's all we've really done.
Like if you drink a vodka soda has like a bite to it. Like it could be like a 9 on smoothness. But like when you're hitting the soda or the vodka, like it's not like necessarily like an easy down all the time.
True.
Depending on how much liquor you put in yours and everything. Like mine's...
Okay, I'm going to adjust mine a little bit. I'm going 9.6.
9.6. All right.
Yeah. And for those at home, I do have a double. Chris does have a single.
A single, yeah.
So...
okay. This one I'm going to throw you off with.
Okay. You're going smell?
Yeah, I'm going to go smell. And I'm going to throw off the listeners and viewers on this because...
You don't like it.
Well, you would think with bourbon, which has a good smell, I find.
Yeah.
Mint, soda's totally neutral.
You know what? From cooking it and like having mint in the house, kind of realized that like fresh mint leaves kind of don't really smell that good.
No, they don't. Also, this drink just doesn't smell like much at all.
No, it's pretty bland.
Yeah, but what you do smell is the mint leaves, which don't smell like mint gum.
No.
Which I mean, people are like, well, obviously I know that, but the smell of like just natural mint, like although it's not an offensive smell, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, on the smell of this, is like a 6.8. Is that low?
Wow.
It could be lower because also what I'm basing that off of is not only does it not smell great, doesn't smell bad. Just let me make that very clear.
Yeah.
It does not smell bad. There's also not a lot going on. I've rated whiskeys poorly because it's like...
And it's just alcohol.
It's just alcohol, or it doesn't have a ton of smells into it. Like, I like the things to smell like something, but this doesn't smell like much of anything to me, personally.
Yeah.
So I feel like I went off the board a little bit, but that's...
A little bit.
But I don't back my 9.5.
I don't think you're wrong in that. Like mine, I smell more of the bourbon, but I have to take into consideration I made a double.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, but for the regular listener too, like it needs to be kept in the back of their minds that you're drinking a single, I'm drinking a double. My smells, I get a little more bourbon. It is pretty bland to the nostril, even though I've doubled the bourbon.
Yeah.
I am going to be semi close to you. I'm going to go 7.3 on the smell.
7.3 on the smell scale.
7.3. Mine does.
So yours passes a smell test.
Yeah. Because I get more bourbon, but it's probably because I put more in it.
Yeah. Flavors
Bang
very,
on.
very, very high.
No, it's bang on.
It's it's delicious. It's I can't articulate this taste very well.
This so you know how your smell just kind of threw everybody for a loop?
Yeah.
My flavor might throw everybody.
Okay, leave it. Just lead it off then.
So I was drinking singles, I'd say half the night the other night. And I got more mint than I did the actual bourbon. And it was kind of like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had gotten more bourbon. That's when I started putting double the bourbon in. Being like, damn.
But what you need to do is base it off of what's the cocktail recipe.
Well, and that's where it's a little tricky because I made a double.
Well, that's just what you're drinking now. But you can base it off of that too. That's fine.
So my flavor is going to be a 9.3.
That's higher than
yours?
Than me, yeah. Not
really,
much higher.
I'm a fan of this drink.
I actually thought you were going to go the other way with it. I thought you were going to...
I was going to shoot real low?
I don't know. I'm not that surprised that yours is in the 9s. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to throw everyone off here. 9.3. I'm like, oh shit, I was going to say 9.2 for you.
Yeah.
Gun to my head.
I was going to shoot even higher than that, but again, it's just the single, there's not a whole lot, like, it's pretty dulled down.
The thing is I'm used to reviewing bottles of whiskey, and I don't want people to be like, we get it, you guys usually do bottles of whiskey.
Yeah.
But just bear with us, it's our first cocktail, so it will get better with time.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like explain my answer more clearly for people that are listening.
I didn't do a good job?
I think you did. This is my turn. There's a lot of like, it's mostly a sweet drink.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
But it's not a sweet drink, if that makes any sense.
Yep, I agree.
Like, because you can have like what's a random like fruit flavored cocktail at a restaurant is very, very sweet. Like, I don't know. Like, let's call it a blackberry explosion or something like that. Right?
Give it a fucking name.
They often have syrups, whatever they are, but I find them like, although they're good, but they're very sweet.
Sometimes they've got like 2 syrups in them. You know what I mean?
The nice thing about this is that the actual sweetness that goes into it is like, I think you said it's like a quarter shot. It's minimal at best. You're also diluting it down with soda. So it's like, you get the sweet flavor, but you don't get the sweetness.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it hits the tongue, and that's like...
Yeah, it's like, wow, my body likes this. It's like I'm drinking flower.
I also think it helps that wild turkey's a little sweet.
It's on the sweeter side as well, and that's probably why they're paired together as such. Or maybe that's why they mentioned just Kentucky bourbon in general, because I want to bring this up after we're done the review, but I didn't realize that like 3 or 4 of the best, that like all the Kentucky bourbons are basically made in like the same town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Wild Turkey, Buffalo Trace.
They're all in the same fucking town?
They're all like the same town.
God damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And we can get after that in a minute. But sorry, I digress. It's very sweet. You get the right amount of flavor from the bourbon, which is like, if you're not a bourbon drinker, you would easily like this. Because you don't taste the bourbon, you get all the good flavors of the bourbon, which eventually we will re-review Wild Turkey, where we'll probably be able to like pick out those individual flavors, but when it's in cocktail, it's diluted a bit more.
Yeah, but there's too much else going on in it.
But as someone, I know a lot of people that say they don't like bourbons and whiskeys. I don't know anyone who wouldn't like this.
No, I agree.
Yeah, because you get all the best aspects of the bourbon.
I think ever since I started enjoying whiskeys, going to a restaurant wasn't so much like trying a different whiskey. I would go through their cocktail menu.
You mentioned that before.
Every time she would come back, like whether it's 2 drinks a night, 1 drink, or 6.
Mm-hmm. How about that?
They're all different. Like if I've gone to Kelsey's and I've had last time I went, I had their mojito. I'm not getting their mojito.
Yeah, you're going to try something
I'm going to get
different.
something different. I'm going to try every cocktail on the list unless it sounds like absolute butt cheeks, and it's going to be the last one I try.
Butt cheeks is certainly an adjective. I'm going to go, I'm actually higher than you. I'm 9.4. I talked myself into
on the
it.
flavor?
On the flavor
Yeah,
scale.
it's good.
Again, like all the best aspects of the bourbon come out.
Yep.
And then you get the sweetness, and the mint is just, I think it adds to the refreshing nature of it. Probably
Yeah.
the soda and ice help too.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at with
I would definitely order a double. I'm going to throw that out there.
Yeah, again, I think every drink should be
Yeah.
double. Maybe a triple.
What are we missing?
Finish.
That's it?
That's it.
Dang. Go one more sip here.
I'm just going to bury mine.
I get a lot of mint in the after, like once it goes down. You get that too?
I don't know.
Push your tongue around a little bit, push that saliva around. A little minty? Like the actual mint leaf.
I guess you're right. I was going to say, I don't get a ton of action.
Okay.
To me, like the nice thing about this is that it kind of stays consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
So like
I agree.
from like the first sip to the smoothness to like swallowing down, it's not changing throughout.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this one, I try to pay more attention. There's definitely a different taste in like just sipping and talking.
Yeah.
I'm
going 8.8.
8.8?
8.8. Yeah.
I'm torn on this because it's like the overall drink didn't change for me, and I've got it high other than the smell.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna go a 9.1.
Okay.
Because not a whole lot changes, and sometimes, well, I didn't realize this till now. Smoothness and finish can almost be the same thing.
Yeah.
Depending on the drink.
Yes.
Right. Like we've had like amazing whiskeys, some mediocre whiskeys. I don't think we've had anything that's mediocre, but it can be smooth finish, and then like you get like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The mint, yeah, I guess you taste it. No, I don't hate it either. I don't hate it. Yeah,
it's just I do get it.
Yeah,
it like nothing else. It's just mint. But I think with the finish too, though, it is you got to consider that like aftertaste. Like once it goes down, what's still
it definitely adds
what's
to
still
the
in
drink.
The palate.
I think it adds to it for me. Yeah, keep rolling with it. I'm just going to tally this up. I don't want to.
Yeah, so if you guys have listened to any of our other episodes or whiskey reviews, we're talking about the finish. It's not just like, again, like we do have that smoothness category, and that's pretty well how smooth that whiskey is going down. That finish for me has to do a lot with that aftertaste, because there are some, and it may be great while it's in your mouth and just going down, but once it's down, the flavors and taste that it leaves in your mouth is not good.
I was just thinking as you were saying that someone could easily clip that and just take another time that you said semen and penis.
I don't know if I've ever said those on the podcast. I probably have.
Well, I just said it now. So when semen and penis is in your mouth, explain to me again, and then they'll just recut it for you. Like it's not so bad when it's in your mouth, but when it goes down.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
Here it comes. Have you seen any of the Joe Rogan shit that's been going around social media?
I don't even know what you're talking about. No.
Okay, so you know how Joe Rogan has a tendency to always interview like the loser in the UFC?
Like during the live performance?
Yeah, like after the fight, he'll like interview whoever just lost. He did it with Daniel Cormier. Daniel was crying because he lost the belt and he lost the fight.
But he does that also with the winner.
Yeah. But he's kind of notorious for doing it. It's not Joe that wants to do it. He gets told in his ear.
Okay.
Being like, hey, go like the last one, go get an interview with Connor. So now everybody on the internet has cut out Joe Rogan, him with the mic with Connor, like holding the mic so Connor can talk, posted in these outrageous scenes. Like there's one and it's Joe Rogan and it's the Twin Towers. And he's holding the mic up to the tower.
Oh, so this is like a meme thing that's going around.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
there was I can't remember the other one, and they're so fun. He posted them all over his Instagram today. Like, I took a scroll and it's like, holy,
found a bunch,
fuck,
yeah.
man.
No, I
like he was reposting them. He's like, the internet wins again.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so good.
But
I'll
back
see if I
to
can
like
find
taking
those to
shit.
show you.
Well, just put them in the link of the description for people
Yeah,
that are
I'll
wondering
try.
at home. Don't pull them up now.
I don't know if he'll show. I want to. Then you can fucking understand.
Okay. Anyways, the results are in. CJ came in at an 8.8.
Oh.
And I was a even 8.7.
8.7.
And that is your whiskey review for today. Very good. Highly recommended. Have at it.
That was a great fucking thing. See, he took them down. He posted them, and now they're gone.
There you go. Disappeared to the internet.
He does that a lot. Like he'll post some funny shit for like a couple hours, and then
Was it like a story or something?
I don't think it was a story. I think it was like actual posts.
Oh, okay.
But like it didn't have to do like it was kind of like useless content in the sense. So like if you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, well,
Got it.
too
I'll
bad.
check it out. But I guess your point of that was me saying you could just clip together that ad and put it together. Yeah, it was the way you were describing. I'm like, I feel like this could be taken out of context perfectly.
Yeah,
In all the best ways.
yeah, that's fine.
Like make CJ talk about semen for 15 straight minutes.
Do it. I'd laugh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so that other cocktail.
Yes.
So we went to Kelsey's the other night. It was a peach, like iced tea lemonade thingy. So it had lemonade, peach iced tea or something like that, and like Jack Daniel's honey. Buddy,
Yeah.
On
Probably
a-
very good.
on a hot like evening for a few cocktails.
Yeah.
So refreshing.
I can imagine.
They were going down too fast.
At $15 a piece.
They were so good. It's probably my new drink there.
That's fair.
And they make a good mojito too.
Apparently, Jack Daniel's honey. Well, we should probably review it because we've had original Jack Daniel's.
Yeah.
But we should probably do it Jack Daniel's before we crack into the honey. Apparently, it's that in itself is very sweet. So I don't
Really?
know if you've ever had any of the flavored Crown Royal drinks.
No.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Crown Royal makes a peach rye.
A peach one.
Yeah. You've ever had the peach juice from like remember when M&M's used to have like those you could like get drinks in the store and it was like a sample. Do you not recall
No,
this?
I don't.
Have you ever had peach juice from Tim Hortons?
No.
All right. Well, anyone, this show's off to a flying start. Anyway, so it's like all peach intense flavor,
Okay.
but it's 35% rye. And you can drink
Damn.
it straight away on the rocks.
Holy
Fantastic.
shit.
Yeah, I can imagine like if you wanted to like dumb it down a bit, like put it in with a bit of club soda and be equally as
Have
refreshing.
you ever had Pink Whitney?
I have not.
Okay.
Well, maybe I've had a shot, but like I've heard it's similar.
That
yeah.
stuff, like easily throw a couple ice cubes in it. Boom. There's your drink for the night.
Actually, I have had pink wig. The thing that I found about it is that you still get a lot of the vodka flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas compared to other like infused vodkas that I had, like I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to bring it back up, is Kettle One makes a peach vodka that does not taste like vodka.
Nope.
Yeah. And Kettle One knows how to, like, they're a vodka fucking brand.
Yeah, that's a good brand.
Yeah. So they also do like a caramel. So that's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing this Jack Daniel's thing to taste similar to one of like I love heavy peach flavor.
Okay.
Not a lover of like real peach flavor. It's like the artificial sweetened one that's like, there's a big difference. You ever had a peach? And have you had
I
like
love
fake
peaches.
peach flavor? They're not similar.
I've definitely had one out of the two.
They're not the same. You find them the exact same? You find them indistinguishable?
I don't really have artificial peach flavoring that often to really
Well,
give
as
you
someone
a fair
who
judgment.
grew up on artificial peach flavoring, I can assure you that a real peach does not taste as good as artificial peach flavor.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'll take your word.
I don't fucks around too much more with artificial peach flavoring.
Okay.
I used to drink a lot of peach juice as a child.
Oh, yeah?
Probably explains why my brain's so fucked up. But it doesn't taste like a peach.
Okay.
Peaches don't taste bad. They taste delicious.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's weird how like just making something with a lot of sugar is like co-opted, has like tricked my brain into thinking what something should actually taste like. I think there's another example out there and I'm trying to find it, but there's a lot of things that are like that. It's like, you've had them before. Like, remember those Dole like pears, like cups, pear and cherry cups and stuff like that? They were real fruit things, but they came in like,
was it
like the flavored
wasn't
water. It's like a little snack thing.
No.
Oh my God. It's quite
Wait,
common.
like the fruit cups?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there was like peaches in there.
Okay.
There was pears and I think like cherries.
Yeah.
But they all tasted like magnified versions of themselves. It was almost like they were like, for you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if you
Just
were to
too hyped up on Mountain Dew.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's probably like they were half probably fucking alcohol. Now
Yeah,
they're probably
just
all
jacked
fermented.
up on steroids.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
But if you go and have a pear, it's like, I think the one that came in the fucking sugar water and the fruit cup tasted better.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not what a pear really tastes like. It's just been sitting with fucking peaches and cherries for fucking God knows how long.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I was trying to think of. And I don't know what the point of this was.
I am so happy we decided to start doing cocktails.
This was your idea.
Because the next episode is going to be outrageous.
What are you making?
I don't know, but we both can drink more than what we probably should. And we don't have to go anywhere.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. Next episode.
And Eric will be joining us as well.
Yep. It's going to be a great episode.
Friend of the show, Eric, part-time co-host.
Part-time co-host, yep.
I was, have you heard anything about the moon wobble orbit that's coming up?
Moon wobble?
Yeah, that's the way that it's been described.
No.
So the moon is going to go through like a 130-year cycle. I think it's like 130 years.
Okay.
100-year cycle.
Okay.
Where like it develops this fucked up orbit.
And you can literally see it wobble?
No, but it's like called a wobble because like if you were to look at its orbit, it looks like it has a wobble where like it fluctuates closer and further out than it generally would.
Oh, okay.
So like develop this wobble and it's going to cause like catastrophic flooding and all this stuff.
Why?
Because, well, the moon controls tides and stuff like that. So now the moon is going to like be outside. You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't say that on the internet. The moon controls tides. Like the moon will hold like, basically there's a water bulge on the planet that the earth just spins through because of the moon's gravitational pull.
Okay.
So if like full moons and shit like that, like the moon's fuller, like tides can rise higher and lower based on where the moon is in its cycle. So now with its wobble, it's going to like go in and out much more drastically
than what it used to.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I'm going to say this because it's outrageous, but it's also going to line up exactly with the time period that global warming is going to cause all these catastrophic floodings and shit.
Weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Weird.
I wonder what's going to get blamed first.
Global warming. 100%.
Yeah. And I understand, I've spoken about this on the podcast. Climate change is warming up Antarctica, so we can see fucking maybe there's ancient shit there.
Fuck
so
yeah.
I'm not
flood this shit out of it and melt it. Let's go.
I'm not fucking anti-climate science.
I'm trying to see what's in there.
What I'm saying is from a cynic's perspective, which I certainly am, is it's like this like low-level news release. NASA's like, hey, the moon's going through a 100-year cycle, which it's done
Gets
before.
Buried, just like the aliens.
No, the aliens is out there, but
it got buried.
It's they just throw it out there and then it disappears, and then 10 years later in 2030, when the moon enters its cycle and all these like crazy floods happen, like, see, we fucking told you global warming. This is directly from global warming.
How many protests do you think will happen?
All of them. All of the protests. They're talking about maybe Nova Scotia could be cut off from mainland Canada because of the flooding.
Jesus.
Coinciding with climate change as well.
Should we move all the Quebecers on Nova Scotia and so they can be their own?
Are you trying to post this?
So they can be their own country?
Well, I think they would be at that point. Well, no, they'd have New Brunswick, but
yeah.
No, but my point is that it's it would certainly be interesting to see how quickly people forget in 10 years when it's like, see, we told you.
Yeah.
We told you. Here's all this global warming that we were talking about since 2001.
Yeah.
And then bang, it's just the moon going.
It's just the moon,
Fuck you.
and we're back to normal.
It's just the moon going like this.
So how long is it going to last?
Like 100 years or something?
Oh, it's the wobble will last 100 years.
Yeah.
Damn. So I'm like, it's
You're
not
dead.
even like a fucking year after.
But and
They
the
could
thing
be
is,
like,
it's like,
motherfuckers, everything's back to normal
and it's
now.
not even like a consistent thing. It's not like, but like it's going to like start in the 2030s. So like come
Gotcha.
2030.
So like, it's just going to start slowly.
Well, no, it's just going to be starting then. So like we're
Yeah,
going to go
but,
through
like,
phases of like,
Yeah.
where like there's like mass
floodings.
floodings and shit like that, and then then it'll pull back or whatever. Like
That's
maybe it'll
interesting.
resume.
I'm into it.
Yeah, well,
I'm down to live through it.
we lived through a lot of weird shit. Now, might as well live through this.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna get. Everything's gonna be like climate change. We need to do this for climate change. I'm like, the fucking
It's
moon.
the
The moon's flooding everything. The fuck you gonna do about that?
Yeah, okay, but do you know how to like? Some people think the fucking Earth is flat. Do you know how crazy that is to be like, yo, the moon is just pulling our water
But that's not
to
crazy.
them, though? Like,
Well, you just found out that the moon was pulling our
well,
water.
exactly.
But you believed it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
What if I just made it
100%.
up?
Well, you might have. I wouldn't doubt it.
No, it's totally true.
But
the best,
you know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
so many people that think the fucking Earth is fucking flat. No matter how many videos, images you fucking show them from nowadays, like this
Yeah.
past year.
it's all CGI, don't you know?
Yeah, it's all fake. But they're gonna just say, "No, it's global warming, you fucking idiot."
Well,
the
that's
moon doesn't pull our waters.
no, they're just gonna conveniently. The moon doesn't move no water.
Doesn't even have water on the fucking planet.
Fuck are you talking about? How can moon move a water?
I don't know, man.
Explain that to me.
Doesn't.
It does.
It does. Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's like it is weird how it does move our water, and it doesn't like move it in the sense that we think it does. And I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson explain this perfectly.
Doesn't just rip it off the planet.
Well, no,
Make
it's not
spikes.
like because people think of it as like it's when the moon comes around, and then it'll move the water in and out
It's the
for the
opposite.
tides. No, the Earth just kind of moves through the constant bulge that is like literally, if like there's a diagram of this that explains it perfectly. So if the Earth is perfectly circular, allegedly it is.
It's flat. It's a
There's
disc.
like this little like nipple, for better sense of it, that all the water gets kind of pulled up into. Not that there's dry spots, but like the moon creates this little bulge, and the Earth just kind of turns through that bulge at all times. It's not so much that the moon is moving and moving the bulge with it. It's that the Earth is just kind of turning through that bulge as it spins and as the Earth rotates and the moon rotates. It's kind of, I always thought that it was like the opposite, where the moon
moved
went,
with it,
but it's sort of the planet is kind of spinning through
spinning
that.
on it.
So as you have the moon be slightly closer, that bulge is going to increase,
Yeah.
or it might decrease as part of the wobble. Because to me, a wobble is like, oh, I'm falling over here pretty hard,
yeah,
and then I'm going to
yeah,
fall
yeah.
over here pretty hard. Like
Yeah,
it's
so
going to go
that's-
both ways. We're going to have like super calm. Like I'm sure, like
You might even get it.
people that live in like coast will know it. But you might have less. You might
Yeah.
have less drastic tidal changes. But then when it does like move in for the kill,
For the kill,
as you would,
it's coming in.
it's coming in hard time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Because when I was in Ireland as a kid, like there's boats that are parked in the harbor that are dry in the
Yeah.
evening, and then in the morning time, though, or vice versa, whichever
Yeah.
it was. And then the tide will rise like 10, 12 feet in some places. I know PEI's like that.
Crazy.
There's some wild places, but like imagine
Dude,
those places.
The tide moves fast.
Yeah,
When it's coming back in,
you better duck.
holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember me and my mom were out in New Brunswick, and we were at some fucking like St. Martin's or something like that. We got there, tide was out. So we got there, walked out a pretty good ways, and we're just like, I had my camera, I was taking pictures. Just cool to see, and then kind of slowly see the water coming in. And
Now it's like touching your toes.
yeah, it's like, oh fuck, let's go. And literally, probably over exaggeration, but like 5 minutes after we got back, it's like, how the fuck did we even walk out there?
Oh, like it's just underwater.
Yeah. And it's like, fuck, imagine like you were 5 minutes late to the party.
Mhm.
You're fucked. You're
So,
out there.
What did you think the tide was? Or did you just never really thought of it
I just
before?
never really thought of it. I just thought it was a thing.
It just comes and goes.
Just comes and goes as it pleases.
It's on its own schedule.
Makes sense though, now that you say it, because when the Earth rotates a certain way, if it's on that little fucking nipple,
Yeah, just moving through
it's
it.
just pulling it out there,
And
and
then,
then
like-
it's releasing when it.
And the Earth tilts on its axis throughout the year.
Yeah.
So it
It is
changes
what it
based
is.
on the season. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Pretty fucking cool.
yeah. Anyways, heads up in 2030s when we get all this alarmist climate change shit. Because again,
It's
for the record, I
the
believe that
moon.
climate change shit's there. But I also believe that there's a lot of fucking alarmist activity regarding it. Like, we need to do something today
Just
or else
a
it's going to
little
flood in 2030.
Just a little bit.
And then it's going to flood in 2030. I'm going to be like, it's the moon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll broadcast it.
I hope not. I hope the flood's so big it just wipes us out.
9 years. He goes, I hope not.
No, fuck. We're not even going to be talking about climate change and moon wobbles in 9 years. Like,
No,
as a
it's gonna
society.
be aliens. Because in 9 years
We'll be
they're
talking about
coming.
like the Civil War that just ended or some shit.
Some crazy
And that was a
shit.
rough World War III.
And now we get floods.
Yeah. Perfect. How can we cap this decade off? I know. Let's bring the floods in.
Yeah.
The 2020s, the roaring 20s, as I'd like to call them.
The roaring
I'm bringing it back
20s.
because that's what it was before the fucking Great Depression, 1920s. The roaring 20s that we're in right now start off with fucking COVID.
Yeah.
2021 is just COVID, like the next chapter.
Yeah.
Probably most of this decade will be COVID. And then 2030 will be like, now we have floods. We're in the end times, friend.
Holy
We're checking off all
shit.
the biblical boxes.
That's crazy.
Think about it.
I
We got
can't.
plagues
I just want Antarctica to be unfrozen.
so that we can be wildly underwhelmed by them finding nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we'll know.
At least we'll know. That is true.
I think they'll find something though. I think they're gonna find another like monolithic site that's got fucking ginormous fucking stones
Like
that
all the other ones.
nobody can fucking explain.
Yeah. I hope so. I'm biased.
Maybe they'll find some frozen scrolls that we can decipher.
Scrolls or squirrels?
Scrolls.
I thought you said squirrels. I'm like,
Squirrels.
what the fuck
Yeah,
is he talking
we're gonna
about?
fucking interrogate fucking frozen squirrels.
Yeah. Get over here.
It's
Come
gonna-
here, come here. Let me ask you a couple questions. What the fuck happened here?
Austin
Why is it so
Powers.
cold?
We're just gonna dethaw
Yeah.
Austin Powers.
Well, they did. I don't know who did it, but real
Somebody.
scientists
Okay.
looked up.
Real.
Yeah, Antarctica used to have like a ton of plant life on it because it was in a different spot. Like
Yeah.
now, whether it was in the position that we think it was 20,000 years ago or 100,000 years ago when humans were, that's probably much more up for debate. Like
Yeah.
it could be likely that it's had like. It was never in a position that humans could have gone to, but then neither was Australia technically. And
Okay.
They got there like 70,000, a minimum 70,000 years ago.
Right.
So I guess the ice on Antarctica now is 20,000 years old. Yeah, so they might find some shit. There's a good chance. At least
yeah.
at least at the very least, like a hunter-gatherer tribe could have gone there and like made a fire pit and they'll find like a couple fucking arrowheads and a stone circle.
Well, they'll find like
They'll probably
bones
find
and
evidence
shit.
of like that humans have been there. They might not mean that there's a smoking gun for some sort of like
Actual
Atlantis
thriving,
type fucking culture. You know what I mean?
some crazy thriving city from years
That like
and years
explains
ago.
all this old shit.
Yeah.
It might not be that
they'll-
at all.
They'll find hopefully they'll find like fossils of like giant fauna and shit like that.
Okay, so
living
that's what I
there.
was gonna say. So they found like, you mean like animals and shit? They found
Animals, fucking,
massive
like-
plant life there, like
Yeah, well, that too,
evidence
like
as well, like,
plant life,
lots
and-
of plant life and stuff, but also from like long time ago, like
Yeah.
just naturally, you're gonna find fucking weird shit in the fossil record from here. That's like, oh, we haven't had.
yeah,
This hasn't like the Sahara Desert used to be an ocean.
yeah, man.
Yeah, now it's fucking
It's
a
fucked.
desert.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
shit changes.
Earth is
I
fucking
blame the moon.
wild.
I blame the moon mostly.
Yeah, I think it is the moon. Do we know if it has shifted
What?
the moon from like 12,000 years ago?
I don't know. I think that this, like, the moon's orbit is fairly stable. I think it occasionally goes through these wobbles, which has like been able to be tracked throughout history because like humans have been staring at the stars forever. So,
but we have nothing from
like, this isn't. I don't think this is like a new thing, other than the fact that we're about to live through it just because we happen to be alive now.
Yeah.
Like, I think like, let's say 150 years ago they went through something similar over a couple decade period.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, my thought is if it, so like maybe it wasn't all down to like that comet that hit 12,800 years ago.
If it was even a comet that hit 12,000 years ago.
And it was just the Earth or the moon going through this wobble and just fucked everything. Like it fucking wobbled.
Just Deacon Defenders on its way to the
fucking
end zone.
Drank too much at the bar and it's fucking stumbling
down
home.
the street.
Just fucking wall to wall.
Well, I don't know if the moon's wobble would affect like melting of ice caps and shit like that.
But if it's pulling the water and causing the floods.
No, but the water is like that bulge is staying in the same spot. It's just whether that bulge gets larger or smaller.
Yeah, but you got to think if it's pulling, like, again, let's say it went to an extreme and pulled a shit ton, like, you know what I mean? It's pulling a shit ton of water and it's going to start breaking off like ice caps because of those floods and then pulling those ice caps closer to shore and then causing a whole ruckus.
No, I think it's mostly coastal flooding.
Okay.
It's not like Lake Ontario is going to overflow.
No, well, I'm not talking about the lake.
It's mostly like the tide is mostly like on coastal areas.
Okay.
So I don't think it would affect ice caps in that sense. I think in order for ice caps to melt, you need something to happen, like whether it be like a comet impact,
or
like some sort of solar.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe,
sort of solar flare.
Maybe it just lined up to be.
Well, also
multiple things in
you could have just caught the Earth in a shitty 1,000-year period where like there's a moon wobble, there's a fucking solar flare, there's a couple comets land, and then the fucking ice cap. I don't know, like
it's fucking nuts. It's I find it so weird that we just can't piece anything together
because we don't know. But it's not that weird.
But like, haven't they dated the comet, and then they've dated all these floods and.
But the people that are looking at it have done that.
Yeah.
But like even they don't have the proper answer. They just also hypothesize to a certain extent.
True.
Right? So like they're looking at like comet or asteroidal impacts, like they look at the glass that gets involved and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, well, it's in this time range where we know that the Earth was in this fucking dodgy period.
Yeah.
But you don't know that the comet that landed there did much of anything at all.
Yeah.
It could have been like an isolated incident. And a lot of them are in North America where we were under a sheet of ice anyway. So how much, like, it could cause, obviously it's hot as fuck. It's like dropping a fucking ice cube into a boiling pot of water. It's going to melt the water off quickly.
Yeah.
It was a bad example, but you know what I meant.
No, yeah, I get it.
So it's going to, all that water that's in ice is going to dissipate somewhere, but it could just be localized. It doesn't mean that it's going to trigger the melting of the ice caps that we know today, where it made North America
I kind of took it
habitable.
to the extreme, but
that's fine. We're doing bro
it's
science.
A possibility.
We're doing bro science. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. That's why I talk to you about it, and then you tell me facts. And it's
I don't tell.
Okay.
I just try to look at it from all the angles, and I'm wrong about all the angles.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah. But they did find with climate change, like they've found like this massive fucking comet asteroidal impact in Greenland. I don't know if you've seen like.
I've heard about
they have
it.
Cameras on Greenland, and like the ice sheets are just like falling one after another into the ocean.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's like, I see that, and I see how like I believe that a lot of this is mostly alarmist. Like the climate change, I think a lot of it's hyped up, but it's also real. Like climate's for sure changing.
Oh, 100%.
I'm sure. I know we're probably contributing to it, or at least accelerating it.
Yep. I think we're accelerating.
But I don't know.
Sure.
For people that like you were saying about people who believe in flat Earth, like you see all this, like all the data they have. Look at all the photos. Look at all this shit right now. And be like, no, I don't believe that. You can show someone a video, like a live stream of just sheets of ice falling into the ocean in Greenland, and people are like, I don't believe that.
Yeah, not true. It's just happening.
Incorrect. Yeah. It's always done that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just doing it a lot lately.
Just hasn't stopped.
No.
Yeah, I think
But
we
anyways,
are accelerating.
as those
but
ice sheets are melting, they found this fucking massive crater up there, which again they
Jesus.
think could have either contributed to like a start of a ice age or like the triggering maybe of like a melting of a larger one.
Yeah.
Through both ways, because like when the dinosaurs got killed by their, like they weren't all killed by the strike, but it created a nuclear winter. You would ash and cloud, plants die off, things that eat plants die, then the things that eat plants die. You know, like you can create a fucked up like a nuclear winter easily on a comic asteroid.
Haven't they found in a lot of archaeologists like dig sites that they hit a certain point and there's what they call like the black layer or something like that?
Maybe, I don't know.
And it's like, I don't know the actual
like a level, like a layer of ash or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like an inch or what. It's like to get that layer that far down, and it'd be like a significant enough that you can notice it.
Yeah,
it's like everything in that area would have had to have burned.
Okay, yeah.
And then all the ash and soot and all
just
that
it
shit
sits down on the ground and then it gets compressed over time.
Compressed over time.
Yeah. I do find those things fascinating. Like when they like, there's like a sheer of a mount, like a rock or like earth, in like the desert or something like that. And you can just see all the different layers and stuff. And like, oh, that's from 10,000. That's from 1,000,000. Like, and it's like only like a 10-foot tall thing, say.
Yeah.
And you can see like basically the history of the earth in this one little slice of pie.
Yeah.
And they're pretty accurate with it. Yeah, it's like it's nothing. It's not a big piece of dessert.
Wild. What was that guy that did the Rogan podcast with Graham Hancock? Oh my god.
There's
shit.
The guy that talks a lot about asteroid impacts.
Yes.
Randall Carlson. He's been on the podcast.
So I think it was him that like I had originally heard about that like black layer. There's probably some scientific term they use, but yeah, that's how he explained it, which I thought was really cool because it was also like you had to go through that layer to find like all the giant fauna bones and shit like that
from a certain period.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy, and that's just like one little part of the world. So the other part might not have been as affected, but
no, could have been, could not have been.
But like, does it have to be asteroids that do that? Like a solar flare can trigger mass fires, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, the thing is, they don't know, but they're also.
Do you think we'll ever find out?
No,
I don't think so either.
I don't. I think we have a better chance of like finding Bigfoot that doesn't exist, or finding Nemo in a fish tank in Australia. I think we have a better chance of finding something that's outside of this planet rather than something that happened to it in the past without like without like a smoking gun thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I got you.
We'd have to like be given the ability to like watch the Earth on like
rewind.
a PVR.
Yeah.
And like rewind. Oh fuck! Like we were wrong about that, but we were right about this. Like we were right about a lot.
Yeah, the aliens they definitely have surveillance cameras somewhere.
They have PVR.
They could definitely show us a clip.
But you know what I mean? Like I think we're more likely to find something like that would be like a smoking gun than, because we just don't have the information. The information either wasn't written down or it was destroyed due to the fact that it's fucking, you had this cataclysm on Earth and shit gets destroyed. Yeah. Civilizations don't live on, and then who passes the stories on? People that weren't a part of those civilizations.
I think it comes down to like what you said. It was like 1,000-year period where the Earth just went through a fucking dark time.
Yeah,
it did all the drugs.
Yeah, it was experimenting.
It went on a fucking bender. That was its teenage
years.
It went on a fucking bender.
Yeah,
and goddamn was it a bender.
Yeah, it tried cocaine and heroin in the same night. Like that's a bad fucking
call. In the same fucking night, man.
It's a bad call to do that.
That's a lot.
You got to space that out by at least a week. Self the ability to get used to one before you try another.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you could go anywhere in Canada right now, anywhere.
Okay.
Where would you go?
Right now, just like on a holiday?
Just somewhere you've always wanted to see.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the only province I haven't been to.
Okay.
I've been to the other 9.
No territories?
No territories.
Okay.
But Newfoundland, I think I would check off before I do the territories, because the territories are like, they're hard, they're fickle to get to. You know, like you don't have a long warm season.
No,
You have a very long cold season, and
Yeah.
if you want to go see the Northern Lights, you don't necessarily have to go up there to do it.
True, you don't.
Right? You could go to like Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
And it's very, very cold, and I'm not a lover of the cold.
Yeah.
I would be more apt to do that, something like that in the summertime. But like right now, gun to my head, like, yeah, I go to Newfoundland because they have some cool shit there.
Like the actual island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's cool things to see in Labrador, I'll go see that too. But Newfoundland itself, like the Rock, is like, it's so fucking...
I hear great things.
Yeah.
That's
nice
also
people.
the only province I haven't been to.
Yeah, nice people, good party. Icebergs, fucking the Vikings were there in the 600s, and they're like, all right, we're out of here.
Love the Vikings.
Yeah, but they just sailed across and then they fucked off.
Yeah, good for them.
That was always the one thing that was like, I always like stuck in my head, like when we were learning history in school, was like, okay, the Americas were founded in 1492. Like you learn about the history of Canada. So it's like 1492. I think that's the wrong date, but like Columbus, right? He finds the Americas. And then you have like Samuel de Champlain comes over in the early 1500s, and he basically started like Upper Canada. And like you hear about like all these explorers that come over and how they like moved across the continent, and now we have this continent that we have today. Oh, by the way, the Vikings were here in 600, 700 years before that. What?
I think
but it was founded.
Yeah.
And like 700 years later.
Yeah.
Well, the Vikings like went to
the Vikings were here.
Various parts of North America.
Yeah.
I think like there's like old settlements like that's like World Heritage sites in Newfoundland that would be really cool to see.
Yeah.
Like little huts that they built, like they're almost like little shire towns, it looks like. But they weren't here long, but they fucking sailed across the ocean and did it hundreds and almost a millennium before fucking all the people that have this place now. Also, there was people here when it was founded.
Yeah.
So how the fuck was it discovered?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
one thing that I can't get through my head. It's like, it's not like they came over here and there was absolutely nobody here.
Everywhere they went in the Americas, they found people.
Yeah, so it's
and they're like, wow,
we found it.
Look at we found this place.
Yeah. You guys are so lucky we found you.
They went to islands and there was people there. You're now called Cuba. Thank you.
Yeah, like it's, oh my God.
But that was the thing.
It's
that was,
frustrating and
to me, it's more interesting to hear about the fucking people that did it before we were technologically advanced enough to fucking sail across the ocean and do it regularly.
Yeah.
Like the Columbus days and moving forward. But you have people that like sailed around in open top boats and fucking came across
that
apparently
like,
quite frequently. Like they knew how to navigate the open ocean with ease.
Yeah.
That's more interesting than fucking Columbus showing up.
Yeah.
What did the Vikings get up to?
I don't know, but I'd love to know.
And also
that's a like
here's
a group in a time period I would love to see.
Well, here's a question now that like goes further back. I will have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure that like a Roman coin was found in like Maine years ago.
In Maine.
Yeah. Northeast America. Like years ago, like they found it in a dig of some sort.
Huh.
So like it wasn't like it was like planted there or whatever. So people are like, fuck, did the Romans sail across the ocean and come here? Is it unimpossible if the fucking Vikings did it, who lived in a like, when did the fall of Rome, like when did the Roman civilization collapse? Like the 4th century BC?
You're looking at the wrong guy for numbers.
Okay. Let's say it's the 4th century. Let's say I'm off by century 2. Either way,
sure.
we're counting numbers by the fucking numbers we know today.
Yeah.
Right? So they're only a couple hundred years removed from the Vikings, and the Vikings like the Celtic civilization was going, and they could get across. Why couldn't the fucking largest civilization known to man fucking do it at least once?
Idiots.
At the very least once. Or maybe the Vikings had old Roman coins, and when they did come over to North America in the 600 year, someone dropped one. You know, like I'm not saying the Romans were here, but it's like if the Vikings can fucking do it and go back and forth anytime they wanted to,
it's highly possible that they had a coin and shit, man, I lost my lucky coin.
I lost my lucky coin.
Fuck, man.
This expedition's doomed. Let's go back to fucking Swinland.
Let's go back.
Swinland. 3 fucking Nordic countries in one go there.
Oh, shit.
Wherever the fuck they are.
Okay, so you would go to Newfoundland.
Yeah.
If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where? For anything. Could be to
Yeah.
see historical shit. Could just be for a kick-ass vacation.
Honestly, like, just based on like the last year, this is going to be a really boring answer, but like just to like go to like maybe Mexico and put my feet up on a beach for a week
Cool.
might just be good to like decompress and then like do more hardcore traveling after that.
So,
Because
okay.
just before COVID, I'd like did a pretty good Europe trip. I've
Yeah.
spent a fair time. I've been lucky to do a lot of Europe stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to go to Egypt to see the pyramids in my lifetime. It's still weirdly not as high as like just based on the region. And like it's not necessarily the safest place, although people go all the time, but they often know people there
Yeah.
that can kind of like arrange it for you.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not in that situation, but if I was like given the opportunity, maybe it'd be higher on my list.
Yeah.
But like just based on the last year, I haven't really been like haven't gone anywhere. Like haven't left the province. To just like go and just like put the feet up somewhere warm,
Somewhere.
relax,
Yeah.
sand in the
Hot.
toes, jump in the ocean.
Yeah.
That'd probably be more my speed.
Get you some all you can eat.
Drink something with like a umbrella in it.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. What about you? Where are you going?
So anywhere in the world, the pyramids really intrigue me, and the Amazon. Both those. So either or, if you can get me in there, safe travels. I'm not going to come back with any diseases, nothing.
No, there's no guarantees of that.
Well, I'm going to see some crazy shit. That's what I'm saying. Like all
What
like,
in the
all good
what in the
things.
Amazon you want to see? Like, do you want to do like a trip down the Amazon River and just like see how dense and crazy it is? Like, what like are you thinking like a
'cause
river cruise? Like, what do you like
I think
for lack of a better term?
Yeah, I think a river cruise would be pretty sweet because
I don't even know if they offer those, but you know what I mean.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but you know what I'm
you
saying.
could you would see more than what the average person has seen.
Yeah.
But I think for me, if there was a chance to go see like remains of a civilization, that would be cool.
So you're thinking more like, well,
like deep in it, but you could probably see that.
let
from
me throw
the
this
fucking,
one back at you that I am now using to my advantage because I originally said this.
Okay.
I said Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico, from pretty much any of the major resort spots, you can go and see the Mayan ruins and Aztec ruins and shit.
That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Now, if we're thinking like,
But-
go put the feet up and shit, like Bali.
I don't know how much. I think you'd be dancing your feet off in Bali. I think it's a
That's okay.
dance town.
Have you seen like the what the fuck do they call the little like individual house villas?
I'm sure they're nice. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And there's fucking like DJs every night.
There's DJs in the villa with you. They just
Yeah,
they
they're
come
just
they come
there.
with the villa.
Yeah.
They're always just blaring EDM.
And then the beaches look phenomenal. And I think it's in like not 100% sure, but I think it is Bali where they have a gym, but it's all like made out of like logs. It's weird. And then there's one where it's like a hammock, so somebody sits in it and you can do like fucking like pulley system type shit with it. It's fucking wild. It looks cool as shit. I think it's Bali. I could be completely wrong on that, but
Yeah, Egypt would be a fucking trip just to go and be like, what the fuck happened here?
yeah. I think the pyramids would be unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like you said, you really like right now. You really got to know somebody there that can fucking set you up with shit.
Set you up with like a driver. You
Like,
can feel
legit
relatively
shit,
safe.
yeah.
Like, and you stay in a hotel. You don't
Yeah.
you don't get an Airbnb in Cairo.
No,
You know, like
no.
Also, my answer is because I'm looking at this from the thought like I got to bring a child with me.
Yeah,
So like
okay,
I'm
well,
not rushing off to Egypt.
Let's just
you know
say
what I
it's
mean?
like the boys or
Yeah, sure.
You know,
yeah, no, I know what
like,
you're saying, but no, still like right now,
if
just,
there was a teleporter and you
honestly,
could go
just-
there for the day,
just based on the year, I just feel like I could just use a fucking
kick your feet up and fucking chill.
chill out. Yeah,
I like
because when we do my wife
Do-do?
and I, when we do traveling,
Do-do.
when we do travel, we usually go pretty hard. Like we do a lot in a short amount of time. Like
Yeah.
when we go to
Yeah, you
Europe,
do.
we do a lot. I feel like we'd like a place like if you're going to in Egypt, you're not just going to like there's so many other sites to see that are further away. So like
Yeah,
that's like a get up and go trip.
Yeah.
You go to Peru, like that's a get up and go trip. Like shit like that, which I am going to do.
yeah,
But it's just like right now, I just need to clear the head out,
yeah,
relax a little.
yeah. I hear
And then I could be talked into like going to Machu Picchu or some shit.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm very intrigued with our territories. Feel like even though I haven't seen Newfoundland, I've seen all the other provinces.
Did you go one of those first?
Never touched a territory. And I would love, like, I'm not saying go deep into like fucking Northwest Territories,
I don't think you need to.
but like kind of just on the south end of one of the territories. Like Nunavut. There's like camping trips you can do, like 10-day camping trips, and you fucking put out in a lodge with like a bunch of buddies and literally just in the
Yeah,
wilderness.
talk about isolated. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get that experience here like weirdly closer than you would think.
Me and Audrey found I think they called it a yurt
Yeah.
out in Quebec, and it was pretty fucking sick. Literally, it's just you out there.
Yeah, like it's pretty far from.
Yeah, you're pretty out in the fucking boonies. We were going to do that, but
There's a lot of like. That sounds cool as fuck just to go up to the territories. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But, like, if you wanted to do something like that, similar, like just around Sudbury area, like pick a lake. Most of them are an old logging road, and when you're there, you might as well be in the middle of nowhere because there's no power, there's no nothing. Like,
I just think I think it is a lot different once you get in there. It's also the fact to say like you've been there.
I agree. Like I would, if I want to go isolated for like 10 days,
Yeah.
I would much be more inclined to do it in none of it than like go to Sudbury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's the fucking trip.
Yeah.
It's a dog barking.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Anyway, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Quick
Back again.
it's gonna be a short and sweet episode. Chris predicts now.
Not that short.
No?
No, we're over an hour.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Stand corrected. It was a shortish.
I love your company
episode.
too.
I thought it was going by quickly. That's why.
So did I. And then I looked over like just before the dog barked. I'm like, oh god dang.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just do a quick Chris predicts update, and I'm gonna pick something randomly from the app and bet it. Just like we're gonna go in.
Can you? Oh, I got an idea.
Okay.
Like, give us the update.
All right. Here's the update. So last week I bet the division winners of baseball and the wild card teams.
Correct.
I'm just gonna update because a few things have kind of shifted.
Okay.
Boston remains in the lead in the NL East, but Tampa is only a game back now. And Tampa is going to win that division. There's no fucking question.
Okay.
Toronto's still going to miss the playoffs because there's a lot of
Toronto.
good teams. Chicago's still way out in front. But the one that I thought would have been closer in the American League is the Houston and Oakland right now. Houston's kind of pulled out ahead of Oakland a little bit, but Oakland's...
How many more games they got?
A lot more.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just doing a quick update.
Yep.
So... and then in the National League, nothing has really changed. I picked Atlanta to win the NL East, and they're 4 games back, so not much to overcome there. Milwaukee, and I got the Dodgers. They're 2 games back in the best division in baseball. What were you going to say? Sorry. So really nothing has changed from last week other than I think everything's still really fucking close.
I was going to say it's not like a Toronto team to not make the playoffs.
No, that's basically the bigger prediction. Is Toronto team's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So,
all right, so here's a Betway boost right away.
Okay.
Andre DeGrasse, Canadian, to win a medal in both the 100 and 200 meter. I'm going to say yes.
Sure.
There's my prediction.
Okay, I got other ones because the Olympics are on, right?
Yes, they are. Yep.
Okay, now I don't know the schedule, but can you like look up something?
I can try, yeah.
See if there's any diving.
I think the diving just ended, didn't it?
I don't know. I'm not in.
All right.
I'm not in the loop.
Do you have like a team that you want?
No.
You just want me to see if there's like Olympic diving that I could bet on.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to end up just taking the fucking like
the favorite.
Yeah. Okay. There's a men's synchronized 3-meter springboard.
Oh.
And I can take the gold medal winner.
Okay.
And it's a country based thing. So China, Great Britain, Russia, Germany, Mexico, USA, Japan, and Italy are the competitors. And I can tell you right now, I'm not betting on 7 of those countries.
Yeah,
the odds are rough.
What are the best like winning odds?
Okay, so China has the best odds.
Okay.
1.33. So you bet $1, you'll win 30 cents.
yeah.
33 cents.
Yeah.
Great Britain is 3-1. Russia's 9-1. Germany 13. Mexico 17. USA 17. And then we get crazy with Japan at 101-1. And Italy at 151-1.
Holy shit.
So really,
We're
China's
taking
going to
Italy.
win it. Yeah. Fucking, I wouldn't bet 25 cents on that. It's like a loss. China will win it, or Great Britain is really like the only odds, it seems like, that are worth taking. I wonder, just to go back. Yeah, there's a woman's... Man.
Is there a lot to bet on?
There's too much to bet on. I'm just going to go with this. I'm going to take the underdog. Great Britain's going to win the gold medal in the men's 3-meter synchronized springboard.
When's it occurring?
I think it's occurring. Oh, it starts at 2 a.m. on the 28th of July.
28th.
There you go.
So the day the episode comes out, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Great Britain's your gold medal winner.
There you go. You heard it here first. Dude, that is hilarious. Have you ever watched that? That's probably one of my favorite sports to watch in the Olympics.
Diving's super interesting.
Yeah. Have you seen the ones like all the fails?
Yeah, I just saw the one from the I think it was the Filipino team from 2016.
Oh yeah.
The poor bastards
like backflopping.
Yeah, backflop. The guys went up twice in a row. Both of them like slipped on the thing. Like it looks like they were like gonna nail them and then they just like land with their knees or like backflops. Like fuck. That would suck.
Yeah.
All that.
You know what though? There. Like they go out there, they're good sports about it. Cause like those videos, did you see like the end of them?
I was only referring to that one.
There was a couple and they'd walk to like the hot tub or whatever, and it's like, good try, man.
Yeah, you did your best.
Yeah. We're at the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what?
It's cool just to be at the Olympics.
Yeah, you're at the fucking Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy it.
The Olympics is my wife really enjoys it. I enjoy it too, much more than I always remember. I forget about it, and then it comes on every 4 years, the summer ones and the winter. And when they're on, I'm like, fuck, I really like this. Like it's good. Like it's 12 hours of sports.
Yeah.
But this one I can't get into because nothing starts till like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then like
so early.
By the time you get up, it's like just sort of recaps. There's no like live events.
And if you check anything on your phone, you're seeing.
Well, even still, there's no live. You can't really get live coverage unless you stay up through the night, and that's not something
true.
I'm really into at this point.
At this time, in
this
stage of your game,
like I would love to see.
You're telling me you don't want to stay up till 4 a.m. with a newborn
with an 11-week-old baby. No. Unless he happens to be up and he's not sleeping, and like the 100-meter men's race is on. Yeah, that's cool.
We're watching it.
I would love to know, yeah, I don't know how the fuck they're going to do it. Like, they'd have to start at like 9 a.m. in order for it to be on like 9 p.m. here.
Yeah.
Which is like the latest I'd probably stay up to watch the Olympics.
Yeah.
Which is a tough one. I mean, it's all over the world. It's the whole point. They want to bring it around, but this one's weird. Like, I saw Tokyo's in like Japan's like in complete lockdown. Like, there's nobody at any of the events. I saw some of the opening ceremonies, ghost town, but like,
wasn't there a lot of people that got tested positive?
I heard like 70 something the first day.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
Should we wrap it up?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. You can check it out. Check us out at 2 Season Pod on Facebook, YouTube, and you can email us at mail.2seasonpod@gmail.com. And get ready for episode 48 because we got the
got a guest?
Yeah,
we're gonna be in a different province.
Which was the first reoccurring guest.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the first other co-host to the show, Eric. He'll be on next week.
Maybe we should bring some of that mint because I've had Eric make me mojitos and they're quite good.
Maybe I'll steal some.
Yeah. We'll talk to him.
We'll talk. All right, man.
See ya.
Later.